Hi, I'm going to take you through the beginning steps of how to repair an old deck that has nails instead of screws. The wood could either be sanded or replaced, and I decided to take the boards out and flip them over because the underside is in great condition, saves the labor of sanding and the cost of replacing with new boards. Some of the boards you're going to have to replace because if they're that rotted, they might split. So I've already started the project, but I'm going to take you through the steps of removing the board. So tools that you absolutely have to have are safety glasses. I have sunshade safety glasses because it's nice out. I work with these gloves. They're for woodworking. You can get them at Menards for like, I don't know, $10. So you can get a nail puller, and that is the must tool that you have to have. This is what it looks like. Here's this end and this end. And this is an 11-inch one, 15 and some change at Menards. Best $15 you'll ever spend. And a crowbar, standard hammer, and I also got a 2-pound sledgehammer, and this is to raise the boards up from underneath. 2 pounds because you don't have a lot of swinging room because it's underneath here. So from here to the ground is only about 2 feet. So you got to be able to get a little bit of power, but be able to swing it too. So 2, 3, 5 pounds you can do, depending on your strength. So first steps, I'm going to take you, let me put my gloves on here, see if I can switch this camera around. Oh, I can't. So I'm going to turn it sideways. There we go. Gloves. And I'm going to show you what, see these boards here are in real bad shape. Some of them are chipped off right here. And then if you, this is the original side of the board right here. It's real, I had a friend power wash it, and they power washed it too much, so it split some of the wood. So if you flip it over, this actually can just use a light power wash and a stain. Try not to hit that sledgehammer too hard because you'll get little grooves here, which I have, but I also have a sander that I can fix that if needed, but that's not what I'm worried about right now. So, take your tools, and you can see here if I get a good view. What you want to do first, start first, if there was a board next to it here, you can actually take this tool here and get in underneath here. You tap it with the hammer on the other side to get your first board out. Once you get one board out, the rest just fall into place. It's really, really easy. Well, not easy, but easier. So, let's see if I can prop this camera up. If you can see here, these are old nails. Back when they first started building decks, they used threaded nails. So they use a little force to come out, but you want to replace them with screws. That way if you ever need to replace any boards, you don't have to go underneath. Because what I do is I start with the sludge and go underneath here and just give it a couple taps. Tap it up. And then do, take your wonderful nail puller, and the harder you tap underneath, the more this is going to raise up, and then you can tap down on it to get these nails, the heads to come right out. If they don't get up real far, you take the smooth side of this, tap it with the hammer, pull it up. You can pull it all the way out with this. You can use the other side and pull out. What I like to do is go around all of them. Get them up a little bit. Most decks also have side screws here, which are kind of a pain in the butt. It's about the angle that it goes in. If you're not careful with these, you will definitely split the side board. So you want to kind of pull out at the angle that it was put in. Saves the board, doesn't split it. And so what I like to do, like I said, is pull these up a little bit, and then I'll go down the whole board, pull them up a little bit, and then sit or stand, depending on how tired my back is. Take a crowbar, because it's longer, it's easier, and all you gotta do is give it a good push it down. That's what the safety glasses are for, in case those nails fly up at you. And get them all off. And you go all the way down the board, which will be right there. I'm doing half of the deck on this side, and then I'm going to flip these boards, nail them in, and then start the other side so that I still have ability to walk out of my house and my dogs as well. So then, after you flip the boards over, the ones that are not damaged too much, you can obviously replace, and I've got deck screws, and I went longer. The deck screws that I got are longer than these and a little bit thicker, so you can go in the same holes, so you don't have to repair any of those holes. And as these boards are laid here, I put them in the order of which I remove them, so that there's no, mismatching. You know exactly where it goes. So then I'm going to give it a light power wash, possibly a deck wash, depending on how much, because I don't want to damage the wood, because it's already been damaged on the other side. We don't want to go through that, because then we'll have to replace the boards. And then I got stain and sealer in one. A little bit more expensive, but it does the staining and the sealing, which is what you want. Do that every 2 years. I get that from Sherwin-Williams. And that's that. It's a hard job, but it saves you lots of money, and you get some good labor out of it. So good luck, and hope this helps.